All right, so hi everybody. I hope you can all hear me correctly and that I can move my slides. It seems to be working. Arslan, I count on you to let me know if there is any kind of issue. I know you are listening and I know you have an opportunity to talk, so let me know as well if there is any problem. I see we have 87 attendees so far. So hi everyone. Welcome to HRS. This is a short presentation to explain to our suppliers community, our supplier partners, what HRS is about and how can HRS help you fill your rooms. So I'm Pauline Robin, based in Chicago. I'm the VP of Procurement and Supplier Solutions for the Americas. I joined HRS about 2.5 years ago. I used to work for CWT before. I spent about 10 years with CWT. And before that, I used to be a management consultant for PwC in a very different world. And let me tell you that when I joined the hotel industry, I learned a ton. I keep learning and I keep being surprised by the complexity of the environment we are part of. So I'll let you know a little bit more about it and how HRS is positioned in that ecosystem. So we'll start with explaining who is HRS, which I think is important as we keep evolving. I'll explain what we're trying to solve in this ecosystem that I just described as complex. I will introduce our platforms, Copilot and Connect, and how those platforms can really support our suppliers community. And we will explain to you how. And we will speak about specifically about you, what we call the supplier performance score and how it's important. And at the end, we're going to collect your questions. So please keep your questions, start writing your questions on the Q&A or on the chat and let us know what you need to learn more about. So I will start with that if that's everybody okay with everybody. So first of all, who is HRS? We are a travel tech company. We are not a TMC. We are not an OTA. We are not a service company. We are really a travel tech company. We have developed an end-to-end lodging platform. So we really focus on lodging. By lodging, we mean transient travel. We mean simple meetings. We mean groups, and we mean long stay. And our platforms are powered by AI that are constantly, continuously fed by data. We are a privately owned company. We are headquartered in Cologne, Germany. We are truly global. We have 14 offices globally, one of which is in New York in the US. We cover 176 destinations. Half of our workforce is in development hub. As a tech company, that's important. And we work with 35% of the Fortune 500 companies. Here are a few examples of those companies we're working with that are using our services end-to-end on the lodging segment. We work, for example, with Siemens, Sanofi, Airbus, Allianz, EDF, Volkswagen, T-Mobile, and a few more that are not presented in that slide, but just to let you know that we work with the largest corporations to offer our services, again, on the lodging category. And please collect your questions in the Q&A as I'm speaking. So what are we trying to solve for? And to answer this question, I will start with an analogy that should talk to all of us globally. As you can hear, I have a French accent. I was born and raised in France. And I have heard the same story as most of you from my parents, as most of you have heard from your parents as well. You have most probably heard of the Apollo 11 mission that took place in July 1969, when an aircraft took the first man who walked on the moon ever in history. And what happened during that time, everybody was watching TV. Our parents were all watching TV from anywhere in the world. And everybody was looking at that aircraft that was taking that man who was about to walk on the moon for the very first time. And during 48 minutes, there was no communication. Nobody knew what was happening. The aircraft kept moving. People kept working on the other side of the moon, but nobody could see anything that was happening on the dark side of the moon. And the analogy here is helping us understand what is happening on the lodging category. Same thing. There is a vast majority of what is going on in the lodging category of travel that nobody knows about. There is leakage that represents about 45% of the lodging category. So when you look at transient, 50% of the lodging category, 40% of that number is unmanaged, with no understanding of what the travelers are doing, where they are booking, why they are booking, how they are booking, where they are. No understanding. When you speak about meetings, we're reaching the 70% of unknown, invisible data. People just book meetings without any trace of it. When you think about long stay, it's reaching the 90%. And if you think about workforce that we don't see on this picture, but workforce matters as well in terms of bookings as well, 90% as well of the bookings are just invisible. No trace of it, no understanding of it. The question is why? Why do we have such a darkness on the lodging category? Number one, because of the fragmentation of supply. When you compare the air category to the hotel category, you see that there are many hotels, many chains, everything is fragmented. The way to book booking is complex. We can book through different channels. Transient travelers are just booking directly with the hotel. They book sometimes with a booking channel that their corporations want them to book through, but not necessarily. So that's where you see 40% of leakage on the transient side. When you speak about groups and long stay, it's even more complex because the legacy technologies are not supporting for groups and long stay. And then on both sides, on the supplier side, as you know, and on the corporation side, you see a segregation of ownership. You can see that the team within corporations responsible for transient travel are not the same that are managing meetings. Because of that, we don't consolidate the data from one traveler that is going to travel for meetings or a traveler that is going to travel on transient in the same hotel. The data is not collected, is not understood, is not bundled, and we are losing a lot of information here. So for all of these reasons, we see about 40% again of leakage on the transient side and 70% on the group side, 90% up to 90% on the long stay side. A lot of unknown, a lot of darkness to stay on our analogy. So why do we even care? Why is it important? So first of all, savings. On the buyer side, you can understand that our travel managers care about when they have millions of dollars of spend, savings matter. And when you don't know where your travelers are going and how they book, you cannot control any cost. That's the number one thing. The second thing is when travel managers are trying to negotiate with you guys, they need to come to you with data to help you understand really the size of their business. Again, both on the transient and on the meeting side. You need to understand what the size is so that you can understand what kind of discounts you can provide to those corporations. You need to understand also the kind of partnership, how important this corporation is for you. So when there is so much leakage, travel managers are not capable of sharing this information with you. So they miss savings opportunities, and on your side, you are missing a lot of visibility on what you could do to potentially attract those travelers from those companies to your hotels. Which leads me to let's move to the right-hand side, to the dissatisfied employees. Because we don't know what travelers are booking, 40% again of the time when we speak about transient and more when we speak about meetings, we don't know how to satisfy those employees. So on the corporation side, it's an issue because there are complaints, etc. And again, it's not helping. The travelers are going to book directly with the hotels again. And on your side, it would be interesting to have the data to really understand how to satisfy those employees by providing, for example, the right amenities, the right rooms, and to promote your hotels in front of the traveler managers to really explain how your hotel can satisfy the needs of some of those employees that today are just leaking. And finally, maybe the most important risk is the compliance risk. If you don't know where your travelers are going, and there is a major issue somewhere important in the world, you don't know how to help your employees, you just don't know where they are. That's a major issue. So you have a compliance risk, duty of care, ESG. You have a risk of fraud, again, because nothing is being controlled. So those are the consequences of this darkness we're speaking about. And this is what HRS is trying to solve for. This is really the objective that we have. How can we make sure that we give some light to the dark side of the moon in terms of looking again at the lodging category specifically? So I know this slide is a little bit busy, but I will try to explain because this is really HRS solution to this issue, trying to clarify, understand, and limit the leakage that we see in our lodging category. So if I start on the left-hand side, you can see that maybe taking a step back, we have two key platform one that we call Connect, that I'm just going to describe, and that one that we call Copilot, that is the intelligence that is fed by data continuously. So what does our Connect platform do? Our Connect platform is by definition connected to a lot of our own platforms and to our clients' ecosystems. So we have our own procurement platform that many of you already use that is really connecting our travel managers, our consultants, and our hotel partners, and that is continuously fed by data. So when we win a new client, when we start with a new client, the first thing that we do to understand really how to procure for those clients in an intelligent way, we collect data. We collect data from you on the supplier side. We collect data from their TMC. We collect data from expense, payment, etc., so that we will have access to not only what they book through their TMCs, but also what they book outside the TMC when they leak. So the first step is to really capture all of this data to work on the procurement exercise, on the sourcing exercise, to really understand what the need of the travelers are. And we also collect the need of the corporation. What is the policy? Is sustainability important? Is savings important? Is traveler satisfaction important? We really try to understand, to capture all the information, both on the created data through bookings and payment, but also what is important to our corporation that we work with, so that we can integrate everything in our procurement tool. That procurement tool is then going to help us list all hotels that will be needed in the hotel program of our clients, solicit and talk with you on the supplier side to negotiate, always using our procurement tool that is connected to our HRS Connect platform. Second, what happens next? The procurement is done, January 1st arrives, and all the rates are loaded in our systems. And that's when the booking phase happens. We have our own booking tool, which is HRS Connect, that is allowing travelers to book on simple meetings. What I call simple meetings is a group of 25 people, 10 people, 50 people, just for simple meetings. A meeting room is needed with some amenities within the meeting room, and guest rooms are needed. That's what we mean by simple meetings. And the HRS Connect booking tool also allow for long stay bookings, always in the same platform. You can imagine that, of course, most of our large clients use their own booking tool for transient. We speak about Concur, we speak about KDS. We are fully integrated within the ecosystem of our clients, not to disturb anything. We're connected to those platforms, and we provide all the information that is needed, and we collect the information same time. So when we go to the booking stage, you can imagine that we keep collecting data continuously. As travelers are booking, we collect the data and we feed our system. Next step is payment. We are connected. We have agreements with the major payment partners, such as Citi, such as American Express, and many more that I'm going to describe later. And we offer virtual payment to our travelers. With that, we give an additional reason for travelers to book within the channel. Number one, so we are reducing leakage through the payment opportunity. We are reducing leakage also through the booking opportunity, because now we have an easy way to book for meetings, long stay, transient within one platform. So we collect the payment data And we feed our Connect and Copilot platform with this information continuously, making the system always smarter. And finally, we have our expense hub that allows our travelers to expense as well. And we go all the way to VAT reclaim. As we go through the cycle, we keep generating data, we keep feeding the system, and we keep procuring in a smarter way. We keep helping our clients to manage their program continuously throughout the year. It doesn't mean that we're going to procure and bother you on the supplier side trying to negotiate and add always more hotels in the program, but we're trying here to help our clients understand, okay, how is the program behaving? Are we going to a completely new destination? Either a destination that we thought would be important in the past that is not important anymore? Are there specific amenities that are necessary that we may need to discuss with the hotels? And do we have any issue with any specific hotel that is just not available all the time? We have a connectivity issue. We have an amenity issue, amenities that were initially negotiated that are not appearing in front of our travelers, etc. So how can we make sure that we can help you on the supplier side understand if some of your hotels have any problem that prevents them from being booked by our clients? So we really help our clients and our suppliers at the same time through the Connect and Copilot platform that I'm going to describe and demo very, very soon. So let me introduce Copilot and Connect. And again, at the end of the call, we're going to have plenty of time to discuss and answer any questions. Maybe we can see if there is, Arslan, if there is any questions I can answer already right now before I keep going with Copilot and Connect. Why don't you just read a few questions for me so that we can make sure that everybody is following.
Right. So there is a question by Jolie. He says that will everything be direct connected with the hotels by the first of the year, or will rates need to be managed through your extranet site?
Thank you very much. So that's very interesting. That's a very good question. We are connected, and there's something I'm going to discuss later as well. We are connected to hotel through different ways. So of course, we're feeding ourselves through the different VDSs. We have direct connections, and I think that's what the conversation is here. We have direct connectivity with some hotels in specific regions more than others, in the US less than in Latam or in Europe or in Asia. So direct connectivity, we have connectivity through channel managers. We have direct connectivity with some specific chains as well. So we connect to hotel through different ways, and everything is connected to our Connect platform. When we negotiate rates, we load rates for a full year, typically, sometimes a little bit more, depending on the negotiation that each client has. But we load the rates typically for January, starting on January 1st for most of our clients that are within the standard year. But the rates are loaded for the full year when they are negotiated on behalf of our clients. What we do, though, is that we constantly audit the rates for our clients on a weekly basis to make sure that everything is fine, that the rates are available most of the time with all the amenities that have been negotiated within the rate. So this is a constant audit process throughout the circle, but the rates are loaded once and for all, once in the year. Any other questions that we have, Arslan? No other questions?
That's it for now, yeah.
Perfect. So I will introduce Copilot and Connect and show you a short demo. So I just spoke about HRS Connect, bottom right. That is really the traveler facing and beyond, what is really going to help our traveler get what they need in front of them on their booking tool. Allowing the travel to book through their own booking tools or using HRS Connect for mostly meetings and long stays and groups. And on the left-hand side, top left, you can see our HRS Copilot platform that is fed continuously by data, like I explained earlier. That is our intelligent platform that is going to help the traveler manager manage their hotel program continuously throughout the year. And that's something that I'm going to explain later. So what is Connect, our booking tool? So Connect, our booking tool, is basically connected. So I said it's a booking platform for transient, simple meetings, and long stay. It's connected back to what I was explaining earlier. It's connected to any GDS, OTA, direct connection to make sure that we have access to any hotel anywhere in the world that can be necessary to our corporations, to our travelers. We are paying special attention to those hotels that have higher bookings that we call relevant hotels, of course, that we are managing constantly to make sure that everything is fine for our travelers. I mentioned our proprietary procurement tool that is connected to HRS Connect. HRS Connect, again, like I mentioned earlier, is connected to the major credit card issuers, including AirPlus, Citi, American Express, MasterCard, etc., to make sure that we have a solution that works for the majority of our clients. And finally, we have an invoice management hub, that audits invoices automatically using our OCR technology, using an OCR technology. So we really have a platform that is connected to every point that I mentioned in the circle that I described earlier. And again, we are fully integrated into the ecosystem of our clients. I mentioned KDS, I mentioned SAP Concur. We are really trying to make sure that our clients use their own systems all the time. We are not willing to disturb anything. We connect with any TMC to make sure that our platform really helps but doesn't disturb anything. And we're connected via API. All right, so maybe I'm going too fast here. I don't have the right orders for my slide. Let me go back. I will explain to you very quickly what Copilot is. So as I explained, Copilot is really fed by our data and is helping our travel managers understand what the situation is in their hotel program and how to improve the hotel program continuously. Let me go directly on a demo. That will be the best way to explain to you what Copilot is about. So this is a demo site with kind of fake data. So you may see some weird answers sometimes. This is just a demo site that is the objective that I have here is just to explain to you what Copilot is about. So let's say that this is my company. My company is called Demo. And this is what I can see year to date, the results that I can see year to date of my hotel program. Okay. As a travel manager, as a company, I have specific objectives that I made sure I shared with HRS to show on this Copilot page. I have savings objective, and you can see that here today I'm 93% of those reaching these objectives. So not 100%, 93% of those objectives. My target is $126 of average daily rate. And today I'm at 134. So I'm a little bit below my target, and I can see exactly what's going on that side. I have a traveler satisfaction target as well, and you can see that I have a definition every time. I have a sustainability target, maybe or maybe not, depending on who I am as a corporation. I have a security travel target as well, and a program adoption target as well. I want to make sure that the program that I have negotiated is being used. All right. So looking at all of these targets and how I'm reaching those targets, how I'm performing, I have an overall number year to date that here is about 92%. I'm 92% of my target today. So it's a pretty good score, but it's still not 100%. So the question is, what can I do as a travel manager to improve continuously my hotel program based on what is important for my corporation, based on my policy? You can see at the top as well that I have saved about 20,000 hours thanks to this platform that is really helping me go fast, understand immediately what's going on, and try to find new solutions to continuously improve my hotel program. Compliance, this is really helping me understand, okay, how compliant are my travelers? How often do they use my booking channel? How often are they booking below my rate cap, etc. So really the compliance of my travelers to multiple aspects is what I can see here right now. 82% of my travelers are really compliant to what is important to my company. When I look at the total spend, again, I should have I'm continuously feeding my system. So I need to understand what is being booked through my booking channel, but I also want to understand what is booked outside through the payment and expense data, right? And I can see that today in my situation, 77% of the time, my travelers are booking my booking channels. Otherwise, they are booking outside. All right. And I really have this information. And if I click on it, I will have more information about it. It's just an overview, so I'm going fast. But basically, what is important to me here, savings, satisfaction, sustainability, security, on each of these key performance indicators that matter to me, I have some AI recommendations that are coming to me. Okay, one of the recommendation is here. What are the white spots, opportunities? Maybe there are some white spots that I didn't expect I would have earlier in the year when I was negotiating my program, but maybe there are some white spots where I need to negotiate more. So if I click on it, I can see that this is a funny example that I didn't expect here, but I have some hotels in China here that are booking, my travelers are booking quite a lot. Here's the average daily rate of those hotels, and those are heavily booked in a white spot. Why don't I reach out to those hotels or nearby hotels and negotiate specific rates because I have a high demand here? This is an example. Other example of a recommendation that my AI assistant, Copilot, is giving to me. Okay, so there's a critical ADR deviation in a specific location. So let's click on it and let's try to understand. Okay, so here I have all the explanation. I have a proposal to renegotiate with the same hotel. And guess what? I'm going to accept this proposal and I'm going to initiate the rate negotiation. I'm going to click on it and I'm going to initiate the renegotiation. The AI assistant is going to send a message to our consultants so that an action is going to be triggered to negotiate with that specific hotel. And you'll see that in the action log here, if I wish to do so, in the action log, I can see all the actions that I have triggered through the AI assistant. All right, so those are my flashcards. You can see the color code, red, orange, and green, that are really helping me understand, okay, there are some actions that can really drive my KPIs, that can really help me improve my KPIs. Here are the satisfying KPIs, satisfying information that says, okay, here I'm doing very well. When it's green, I'm doing very well. I have very good examples that maybe I can share with my management team. So you have all these flashcards that are helping you continuously improve your program. You can also choose to ask a specific question to your AI assistant if there is something specific that you want to ask. Last point I wanted to share on this very page is the data health. Clearly, my AI assistant is going to be as smart as the data that I have. So here I can say that I am 68% good in terms of data. So my AI assistant is going to be 68% accurate on a scale of 100, right? So the quality of the data that our corporations are adding into the system matters a lot, but the quality of your data, the quality of the hotel, the quality of the data presenting your hotel is also extremely important for us to make the right decision. Example, I gave a German example with Siemens as a key client that we work with. To Siemens, sustainability is crucial. They will not accept any hotel in the hotel program if they don't follow some sustainability criteria. Let's say that your hotel has all the green checks, sustainability perfect, but it's not showing in our system. Your hotel by default is not going to be accepted by Siemens in the hotel program because this information is not showing. So the importance of showing all of your data, making sure that your supplier score that I'm going to describe later is as high as possible will matter for you to be systematically top of mind for our clients when your hotel can matter because you're in the right location, because you include the right amenities because you're sustainable enough for the travelers that are booking this area. We want to make sure that your hotel is always showing. So this is our AI assistant, Copilot. All right, so let me go back to our PowerPoint presentation and let me move to Copilot, to Connect. So I have a small demo here as well that I'm going to present right now. So this is Connect. I am going to show you two sides of HRS Connect as a booking tool. So as you can see on the top, you can book meetings, you can book just rooms, and you can book work desk. And by meeting room, we mean meeting room and groups as well for the guest rooms as well that you can book through this tool. I'm going to show you what clients do, how they book, and I'm going to show you what you see and how you can accept an RFP as well. So this is the first one. This is the client view first. So as a client, you're going to make a research. This is meeting rooms that you need. You would like to book in Milan. You have the dates. You are going to clarify the dates, the number of participants, and you're going to make 20 participants in this example, and you're going to make your search now. You're going to say, yes, I would like food and beverage by default, but you're going to have 20 participants, and you can add accommodation. You can add pre-arrival accommodation for just a few people who are going to arrive before the meeting because they live far away, save, and you're going to exercise. So depending on who you are, you're going to allow for instant booking or not. It's going to be your choice as a supplier. In the US, I know it's going to be much less the case than it is in Europe, for example. And as a client, you're going to choose, okay, I see this hotel, the meeting rooms that are being proposed. I'm going to make my own selection as a client, and I'm going to make a request for an offer. I would like to see more hotels, and I know I have a choice. I can make up to 5 offers, no more, so that or request rather. I can request to up to 5 hotels, and I'm looking through my list in Milan. I can see the map on the right-hand side, and here you can see the list of hotels that I have sent a request to, with a summary of distance and a few things. So I can look at it. You can see at the top which step I am at. I can review the offer or the request that I have made, and I can make the request right now. And I'm reaching to step 2. Once I'm done with all the hotels, I can make a comparison. I can look at the offers made. I can review. Here it is. I have the different offers made by the hotels, and done. Now on the supplier side, here's what you're going to see. And again, you are going to have opportunities to ask your questions. On the supplier side, you can see what requests have been made. You can decide to propose or decline. Here you are choosing to propose. You can see what the request, you can see how much time you have to answer. You can decide, so you see exactly what the request is. You can see the terms and conditions that you can accept or not. Yes, I agree. Or I don't. Let's go. All right. And here you're going to answer to all of the questions that are asked to you. Next. You are going to offer, in this example, you choose to offer pen and paper for free. For the flip chart, you're going to charge a certain amount. Next. Welcome coffee. Choose to offer it for free. Next. All right. Okay, breakfast inclusion. This is the name of the room. You can provide your own name to make it more personal. And here is the offer that you can review. You're good. You can decide to submit the offer if everything is fine. All right. And sent. Done. You are back to the overview. You can see your offer that the client is going to see later, as we have seen earlier. The offer has been sent, and you can see a summary of it. Terms of conditions are described, and all the information that you need. All right. So let me go to the next slide. I think, sorry, done. I'm not going to go through that again. All right. So, okay, so those are our two platforms. Again, the booking platform, HRS Connect, that is connected to our procurement tool. It is a booking tool. Our payment tools, reconciliation, everything connected to that. We're connected to you via different channels. We offer a end-to-end lodging solution to our clients, thanks to you hotel partners. So this is our offer. And the question is, what does it mean for you? I explained this a little bit. I spoke about the clients we're working with. We gave you a few examples. I explained that we're fully integrated into our clients' ecosystem. We work directly with their TMCs, with their online booking tools, any online booking tool that they wish to work with. So they can use KDS for transient and use the HRS booking tool for meetings. Everything will be integrated later on. The payment solution integrated as well, as I explained. And this is giving you, hotel partners, access to all of our clients and travelers, gathering transient, meeting, long stay, and group volume into your hotels. So what is important for you to know? How can we really help you through our tools? What do we call the supplier performance score? The supplier performance score is gathering multiple data. We're really trying to understand how performant you have been with all of our clients. So we have a score based on all that happened with all our HRS clients. So we have a score assigned to you as a hotel at hotel level that really helps us help our clients book the right hotel at the right time for the right needs, right? So green stay is important. Green stay is our sustainability KPI that really helps clients like Siemens, since I used that example, understand if the client is going to be fit for their program. We check if you accept VCC, and that's something that is important to us. We check if you have any history as a hotel with customer friction with any of our clients. That's something that is going to apply to our supplier score. We're looking at your payment behavior. We're looking at connectivity status. Is everything working well in terms of connectivity? How well you have been responding to our different RFPs for the different clients that we have. If you have a history of responding systematically, it doesn't mean that you always accept the proposal that we have, but do you answer to those RFP for the clients that we have systematically or most of the time? It will help you in your score as well. We look at your availability and bookability. Like I said, we are auditing your availability on a weekly basis. It's helping in our score as well. The content quality, making sure that your content is clear, everything is clear, so that when travelers need to book, they have all the information that they need. So I spoke about HRS Connect as a platform. We are feeding all of the information that we already have in HRS Connect, but when we speak about meetings, and that's something I'm going to discuss as well, when we speak about meetings specifically, we need you to register to our HRS Connect platform to make sure that we have all the information, number one. Very importantly, we need to have a contact so that the platform that I just described earlier can contact you directly so that we can make as fast as possible, our clients can make as fast as possible meeting and group requests. So we need you to connect to register to HRS Connect as well to make sure that we have all the information. For the rest, we're connected to the GDS, we're connected to all the channels to make sure that we gather all the information that we have already. So all of this is going to help us define a supplier score for you. And what we do during our QBR, when we talk to you at chain level, most of the time, when we talk to you at hotel level, we help you understand, okay, here is the issues that we see with X% of your hotels. And here's the list of hotels that have issues with some of those criteria. Content quality is an issue. Green stay is an issue. The VCC acceptance is an issue or not. And depending on all of that, we're going to help you understand which of your hotels have issues and are not allowed to be booked as often as possible on our booking tool, or are not visible as much on Copilot, our AI platform that is helping our travel managers understand if there is a hotel that needs to be added to the hotel program, if there is a hotel that is performing very well that we will add to the program next year as well, etc. So with all of that, we're helping you say, okay, if you improve in any of these criteria, in any of these categories, the potential for this hotel is that much. We can really help you with numbers so that you know where to spend your time to improve some of these KPIs to help our clients book your hotels more often. So in other words, a summary of everything that we have discussed, Copilot is really trying to be fair. We don't care if your hotel is part of a big chain or not. What we are looking at is the performance score, and if the hotel profile does match the need of our travelers. And when I speak about travelers, maybe one additional information I should add at this point, that Copilot is helping us identify, and as we speak about leakage, and how important it is for us to reduce that leakage, to reduce the darkness, to move to the bright side of the moon. We are trying to understand our Copilot is capable of telling us, okay, those people who leak, those people who book outside are part of different persona. We have grouped those people who book outside in different kind of persona, and we can tell you why they book outside, what they need. For example, we have the green persona. I'm using this green sustainable traveler as an example. Again, this green persona will need these specific types of hotel, will need this specific type of information to book this within the channel. So if you make this information clear and available to the travelers, they will book you within the channel instead of booking outside. So what we do as well is that we negotiate, we procure at persona level to make sure that the different persona have exactly the kind of hotels, the kind of packages that they need to book within the channel and not outside, to ensure that we reduce the amount of leakage and we add more light to the lodging category. So this is what we mean by perfect match. The more information we have about your hotel, the more we are going to match you to the right persona and make sure that you're going to be booked. Performance pays off. So I spoke about the performance score. This is what we are speaking about as well. We are database approach. That's what I mentioned earlier. We don't care if you're part of the largest chains, best known chains or not. What matters is your how competitive you are in terms of price, maybe, but also in terms of amenity and quality, to make sure that you can be the right fit to the travelers. And we're going to make sure that you are well visible to those travelers if you're gathering all that is important for our travelers. Connect, so let me see what I can say about it. We're really trying to grow your business. Importantly, we're really looking at transient data, meeting data, long stay data. Travelers do everything. They don't do just transient. They don't do just meetings. They do multiple things. They go to your location. They can use your hotel. We're trying to combine and bundle all this data when we negotiate with you, when we talk to you at hotel level, to really explain, okay, here's your potential, and here is how we can make your hotel important and visible to our travel manager, so that you're going to be part of the hotel program, not only for transient, but for everything else. So basically, we give more control. Through all this visibility, we give more control to the travel manager, because there is more understanding, there is more transparency, there is more light, and we give you more control, so that more transparency as well on your side, on the supplier side, so that you know what matters to the travel managers, you know what matters to our traveler persona, and you know what you need to show, what you need to work on to make sure that you are going to increase your bookings, again, on the transient, on the meetings and long stay categories. Finally, what are the next steps for you? And then we're going to go to the Q&As. What are the next steps for you? We are organizing webinars. We have different dates to explain to you how to register to HRS Connect, how it works, and how we can make sure you can make sure that you are going to be immediately reachable by our travelers when they book meetings specifically and beyond. So please make sure that if you're interested, you participate to those webinars. With that, after that, we're going to send you a URL for you to register. And finally, if you have any questions, we have an email address that you can reach out to and ask any of your questions. So we're going to reach out to you with this information so that you'll know how to register to the different webinars and how to connect with anybody in our team for any questions. And of course, you know my name, you can reach out to me through LinkedIn, by email, or any way that you want. But with that, I'm done with this presentation, and I will listen to you, Arslan, with any questions that have been gathered, hopefully in the Q&A. We have 12 minutes left.
Yes, so Pauline, we do have a few questions that came in. So I'll start with the first one. The first one is, could you share the list of terms and conditions or any terms and conditions that exist? And what happens if a hotel doesn't agree with one of them?
So this is a very good question. And here, for the person who asked the question, or for anybody who is interested in the answer, please connect to our webinar, because this is exactly what the HRS Connect webinar that you can see on the slide here are about. We're going to explain exactly that, what is part of the terms and conditions, how you can accept, how you cannot accept, etc. So please register.
Mhm. Okay, then the next question is for Connect. Does it currently require manual updates, and are there plans for integration with systems like CRS, Groups 360, or Meeting Broker?
The answer is absolutely yes. We are working on new agreements with meeting brokers right now. We're trying to make things easier for everybody, for you on the supplier side and for us on the hotel side as well. Yes, the answer is yes. We keep progressing to make sure that everything is smoother in the future. But for now, as we are starting and we're building those connections with third parties, those that you just mentioned, please register to HRS Connect. For the rest, we have all the data that we need. I mean, we already have your hotels visible on the tool. We just want to make sure that you check it, make sure that it's updated, especially with a contact person that needs to be reached out to. But for the rest, the answer is yes to the question you just asked.
So the next one is, how does HRS collaborate with intermediary partners and above property sales account managers, such as NSOs or GSOs?
Again, this is the kind of discussions we're going to have during the webinars. So I have my team on the call as well. Please collect those questions, Bonnie, Stephen, as those will be answered during the webinars that we're going to have in the 4 days that you can see. So please register.
Okay, and the final question that I see is, how can we rank better on the Connect platform and be a preferred option for others?
So how can you rank better? So register, because register to not to the webinar for sure, but register to the HRS Connect platform. If you are registered, we're going to have all the information. You are going to show first in front of the traveler, because it's going to be easy to reach out to you. Otherwise, we will need to have somebody in our team to find your contact, reach out to you outside the tool, which is not optimal. So the number one, make sure that you register, that you to HRS Connect, and that you check that all the data, all the meeting rooms, all the information is correct. That's number one. And for the rest, I mentioned the supplier performance score. Let's make sure that you have a score that is as high as possible. And I keep using the same example throughout the whole presentation. For example, if you're sustainable, if you collect all of the sustainability KPIs constantly, make sure that you have all these KPIs visible, updated in the system, so that we make sure that you can show on top, both for meetings, but also for transient.
Oh, so there are two more questions that popped up just now only. So there's one: to reconfirm, is it true to say that hotels are only visible, bookable via HRS Connect for meetings if the hotel accepts HRS Connect's terms and conditions?
So you are visible anyhow. We want to make sure that any of our travelers will have access to as many hotels as possible. period. So you will be visible. At the time of accepting the request, you are going to accept or not the terms and conditions, and then it's going to be up to the traveler or the booker to accept or not what you're going to provide. But otherwise, we're going to make sure we're making sure that as many hotels as possible are available to our travelers. We want to give our corporation, our clients, the choice of hotels in the destinations they want to go to.
Okay,
And I
I
speak
can.
about meetings specifically, but because when we speak about transient, we're connected by the GDS. We have all the information through the GDS, through the OTA, through Direct Connect, etc. So all the information that is already there will be available to our travelers through our booking tool as well.
Right. And the final question that I see is the HRS Connect platform different from HRS.com?
It's an improved version. So it's the new version. It's the new tool that we have developed. So it's the new one. It's the new HRS.com. Again, that will allow you to book or allow travelers to book either transient meetings, groups, or long stay. This is the one platform that will be available to all. Any other questions?
No, that's it from the Q&A chat at least.
So you look both at the Q&A and the chat, so that's perfect.
Yeah.
We just have a few minutes left, but we are reaching the top of the hour. So please ask your last questions, if any. Otherwise, thank you so much for your time. No other question, Arslan?
No, not yet.
Then thank you very much, everybody. We're reaching the end of the week as well, so I can almost wish you all a great weekend. Thank you very much.